Hey everybody, so we're on one of our breaks and something happened that I didn't think was going to happen. I actually started having second about doing this. So yesterday for the first time, I ended up setting up the acetylene torch, blah blah blah, and it went fine. But today, for whatever reason, I legitimately feel like a few of my classmates don't got no confidence in me at all. And it kind of hurts to be micromanaged while you trying to do something yourself, to the point that now I'm actually questioning whether or not this was a good decision. And I know that people make mistakes, blah blah blah, you fail, you while you learning and stuff like that, but there's a part of me that feels like I feel as if a part of my confidence has been knocked down a little bit while just trying to do something I've already done. And I don't think that was their intention, but that's how I feel. And I figured I would go ahead and actually make this vlog in the middle of me feeling that way, because I want other people to see like what's actually going on with me. On another note, I have a lot on my plate right now because my landlady basically decided to give me a 30-day notice for me to move, go find somewhere else to move at, amidst me just starting school. And so now I got that to worry about, and I'm trying not to think about stuff like that while I'm in school, but clearly it's messing me up a little bit. And so usually, me being a person that has a ton of confidence, now I'm just feeling like maybe I made a poor decision, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Like every bad thing you could possibly think that would happen with thought wise started like creeping up while I was trying to do what I was doing, and it did not feel good at all. And so thoughts like, I'm already good at doing what it is that I do to make my money, in the sense of me driving around people. That's a decent job. I can do that. I don't have problems doing that. Why do something else? And then like all of the reasons why I was motivated to start school in the first place crept that back up in my head, and I'm trying to give myself a confidence boost. The thing that I realized in that situation was the fact that I need to just ignore my classmates and do what it is that I got to do for myself, because they're not the ones living my life, and most of the time they're awesome to be around, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it was a mixture of all of this stuff going on with me, but it just felt bad to be trying to do something and then getting micromanaged. I could see if I was asking for help, but I wasn't. And that actually just threw me off so bad. I own up to just not performing at my best today. And that actually makes me feel embarrassed on a level I haven't experienced in a long time. It's very humbling. But I'm legitimately having a bad day. I feel like every time I try to make something better in my life, there's always something that creeps up to make it harder for me. And meanwhile, I see other people, they just breeze through life. They got people helping them and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, I'm struggling just to make ends meet in situations that shouldn't even be something that somebody just struggling to survive. And it hurts because a lot of times people expect somebody, just because they're strong or just because they're capable, to just do everything. And honestly, I'm feeling stressed out because I have my daughter depending on me. This landlady, she don't care about what my circumstances are, so I gotta hurry up and try to come up with the money to move somewhere where I don't know. And I still have the obligation of going to school. And the fact that things are going the way that they are, it's actually making me feel like all of the steps that I took to try to make sure I wouldn't be stressed out when I finally decided to go to school, it didn't matter. So I legitimately am just having like a really bad day. And I wish I wasn't, but I am. And I still got to finish school. And where I once was all excited and motivated, now I'm just feeling the sense of dread that wasn't there before, because I feel like it's hard to pretend like I don't have all these other things going on outside of me trying to do this, when I know in reality those things could prevent me from finishing. I worry about having enough gas in my car. I worry about where I'm gonna move to. I worry about making sure that my daughter's safe. And then I stop and I think, and I see some of these other people, and I see that they still got their mom or their mom and their dad and all this other stuff. I don't have any of that. And I barely have friends. So that actually hurts even more when I think about it. And honestly, it's not that I don't think that I can do this. The fact is, I know I can. It's just the fact that is this the thing that's going to actually help me to succeed. Sometimes it's hard to make choices like that when you know there's something that you wanted to do with your life. But then to know that you're responsible to make sure somebody else is okay too can make you give up on a lot of things. So for over 18 years, I gave up on this dream that I had to do what I'm doing right now, just to feel like I'm feeling right now. And it's really like a defeating feeling. And the funny part about this is I'm looking at this as just another challenge. Just another thing for me to overcome. Just another thing for me to look back on and say, oh, I did that. I succeeded. But deep down, I figured I would just come in and actually be honest. There is legitimately a wondering if I'm making the right decision. Because I know for a fact that I can make ends meet if I just put all the time that I'm taking away doing this school to go just work and do something else. The fact that the lady actually did that after telling me that it's not about the money and telling me that she genuinely cared about my daughter and all these other things, it just went out the door the minute that all these negative things started to happen over the years. That it really is, bottom line, all she cared about was the money. She could have helped me a long time ago, but she decided not to. I've dealt with a lot of abuse, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of things that I wish I did not have to experience trying to keep my daughter safe. And honestly, I feel like I'm tired of having to deal with every challenge under the sun when I'm just trying to do the right thing. Meanwhile, I see people take things for granted. They show up late, they don't care. And it's just real disheartening that I put my full effort forward. And at every turn, it just seems like life just makes things harder for me than it needs to be. And I keep having people tell me about how that makes me a strong person, the fact that I don't quit or the fact that I don't give up. But it is really tiring, to be honest. It's very tiring. I get tired of having to always be the person that's concerned about everything else that other people don't seem to have to worry about. Like, I worry about things that should be just natural survival situations, things that you shouldn't have to worry about making sure you have. And that's something that I'm trying to get away from. I figured if I get a career, I do something that I find passion and I love to do, that'll make my life better. All fine and dandy on paper until you start having all these things come crashing down at you. And it's kind of strange. At first I thought maybe it was just me having a little bit of jitters, but that's not the case. I legitimately am feeling like the more I try to do something the right way, the more I struggle and fight to try to get things to work out for me, the harder things get and the more stuff gets thrown my way. And honestly, it hurts because I've survived so much and I don't want to end up in a situation where I finally try to do something I really want to do. I end up having to make a choice to give up. All for the sake of the fact that I'm concerned about someone else's life, someone else's needs. And I end up having to put myself behind. And this is something I promised myself after my daughter turned 18, that I would do something for myself, and this was supposed to be it. And I figured I would just go ahead and say all that part, because this journey that I'm trying to go down, I already know it's not all going to be happy. It's going to be some hard things. There's going to be some moments where I'm just going to feel like I'm just not getting it, or I'm just not doing good enough, or I'm embarrassed because I'm failing, or something like that. And honestly, I just want other people to know that sometimes you fail, sometimes you don't get things done the way that you want them to get done, but you learn from it. And so that's something in itself. The fact that you didn't give up, the fact that you didn't quit, the fact that you kept on going, that says a lot about you and your character and who you are and what it is you want in life. So I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to push that embarrassment down. And I'm going to go back to class and try to get things better the next time I have to do things. But honestly, now I'm about to put on my little hard self because I want to learn. I want to succeed, and I want to do what it is that I want to do in life. So I'm just going to have to ignore things from the outside that can distract me from doing what it is that I need to do properly. And it's kind of funny that when I first walked into this, I left my guard down. I stopped trying to be so guarded about what it is that I was doing, and I was a little bit too comfortable. So I'm owning up to that. And now it's just time for me to put on my hard exterior and learn everything that I can possibly learn, or make the decision, just do what I need to do to try to make sure that everything is right in my day-to-day life outside of school, because it's hard trying to focus and do what it is that I need to do when I'm concerned about where I'm gonna live at, when I'm concerned about how my daughter's doing, when I'm concerned about whether or not she's safe. And then at the end of the day, everything that I've worked hard for, I feel as if I'm losing in a way, because I'm always forced to make these hard decisions that repetitively, that talking to other people, they don't experience these types of things over and over again. Like I've had back-to-back losses of people, back-to-back really horrible traumatic experiences, and it's just stressful. So I hope later on, after I'm on my next lunch break or something, I'll have some better feelings or vibes coming. But I just figured I would just give that honest moment so that y'all can know that I do have my thoughts sometimes, that I don't feel as confident, or I feel somewhat let down by things. But I'm gonna do what I gotta do and go back in this classroom and try to do my best to make up my mind on if I really want to deal with what comes with this to this degree, because I never thought that I would end up feeling this way over something like that. So hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed and feeling well, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Feel free to let me know though if you've ever had moments like that and how you handle them. See ya.